Hi everyone, so today I want to go over the classwork from Tuesday, April 28th. I think for this one, what I kind of want to do is go back and cover a little bit more of the basics. So I'm only going to do the first two problems here. First, before we watch this video I'm making and also begin these problems, I want you to watch these two YouTube videos and take notes on a separate sheet of paper. But for this one, we have to solve the following. First, label each side hypotenuse, opposite, or adjacent, then determine the appropriate ratio. So I'm just going to do the first two. So the first step for any trig problem pretty much is to correctly label opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So let's see. First off, to find what I always do first is I label the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is always across from a right angle, and it's always the biggest side. So let's call this H. Then to find the opposite, we need to quickly determine what our reference angle is. So since we're finding the tangent of Z, Z is our reference angle. I'm going to put a little angle mark here, and the opposite will be whatever's across from Z. So that's 21. So I'm going to label this as our opposite, and then whatever's left over has to be our adjacent. So let's kind of internalize that. That process of labeling is really important. Now, to find out what the tangent of Z will be, let's remember it's SOHCAHTOA. So SOHCAHTOA. And since we're doing tangent, we're dealing with TOA. So it'll be opposite or adjacent. So the tangent of theta, any angle, is equal to the opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of Z, also equal to the opposite over adjacent. Our opposite is 21. And our adjacent is 28. So I'm okay if you just leave it like that, or you can recognize that there's a factor of 7 in both of these. So 21 over 28 will be 3 over 4, because 21 divided by 7 is 3, 28 divided by 7 is 4. Or you can put that in your calculator, 3 divided by 4 will be 0.75. So that's how you do this first one here. For number 2, I'm just going to do it in a different color. Let's see. Customize, let's do it in a blue. Okay. So for this one, same process. We just kind of, this is our answer for the other one. Tangent of Z was equal to any of these. You can do it either way. So back to this problem, our cosine of C. First, our hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So we got to label our sides. This is our hypotenuse. What's our opposite? Depends on what your reference angle is. So C is right here. So the opposite will be across that way. So this is our opposite, leaving our third option as our adjacent. So you always, first step again is always to label opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent on your triangle. Now, since we're doing cosine, which of these is cosine? That's our ka. So ka. And then once you have that, remember that cosine, ka is cosine. Cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So here we have the cosine of C. So, actually I'll just do it right over here. Cosine of C has to be equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Our adjacent was 16. And our hypotenuse was 34. And you can just leave your answer like that. If you want to, you can simplify this. I think it's just a factor of 4 in each. No, of 2 of each. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. 34 divided by 2 is 17. And you can put that in your calculator, 8 divided by 17 to get a decimal if you want to. And that's how you do these first two, but it's also how you do 3 through 6. And then once you finish those problems, just watch this video and take some notes. It'll help you for the next day's work.